Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Redefining Beauty Wednesday conversations. My name is Kamo, if you're new to this platform. This is Redefining Beauty. We are a platform, the movement for women, but we are not anti-men. We love women, but we do not hate men. I have these conversations every Wednesday. I interview inspirational guests. And tonight, my guest is someone who is a social and dating coach. She's a relationship expert, and she's also a motivational speaker. I'm just waiting for her to join, and we will be able to have this conversation. Thank you for joining this conversation.
Yay!
There we go.
I know. I need to go back to class for this one.
No, not even. Now it's perfect.
I'm
Thank
here.
you.
All here. This is better. It looks awkward, but it's better.
Yeah, but as long as we can hear you, the point is that
Yeah.
we see you and we can hear
Right?
you. Yeah.
I'm with
Good
you.
evening. Fantastic.
How are
Thank you.
you?
Thank you for that. I'm well. I'm really
Yeah.
well. I've had a
You
good
you are
week.
glowing.
Thank you. How are you? Tell me how you are. This thing is usually about the guest. This conversation is about
Really?
you and listening to you. Yeah,
I think let's make it a two-way thing for it to be interesting.
of course.
I'd love to have you on board as too. It's just not about me. So I'm well. I'm actually very well. I'm in a good space, eh? I
Okay.
don't know if you can tell. Even the skin is like, yay, agreeing. I'm
I haven't
beautiful inside out.
Nice one. I haven't been seeing you a lot. I haven't been seeing a lot of posts, and you spoke about social media fatigue. Before we get into our
Yeah.
conversation, tell me about what that is. Explain what
I
social
knew you
media
were, I
fatigue
knew
is.
you were gonna ask me about that.
Of course, I was.
Yeah, I know Latina, man. Depression here, social media. I think sometimes we consume so much that you are not in a space where you're making your own mind about things. You're always pulled by what is getting the most likes, what is getting you popular, what is getting your attention the most, what will get you. It's always about other things except you being authentic. So the minute that you start feeling like you're losing who you are as a person, even on social media, and that's a
Mm-hmm.
time to take a break. Your fatigue, man. The ideas are not yours, the words are not yours, the topics are not yours. They're just driven by, okay, I people really liked it when I talk about this, so let me talk more about it. It had to stop. I mean, really,
Okay.
I had to stop, and but also just get to a point where I silence entertaining people, because that can
Okay.
also get exhausting. You, like, now you are growing this beautiful campaign of yours that you have. At
Yeah.
some point you are going to get to a point where you feel stuck, where you feel like, what's next for it? And unfortunately, for you to tap into your next, you need to silence the mind sometimes. You need to silence, like, be in silence and understand what's your next, without saying KB did this and this, it worked for her. You get
Mm.
to a point, I mean, you get to a point as a human being where you grow every day. Like, the kind of person I was when I met you is probably the different person that I am now.
Yeah,
And maybe a lot
probably.
of things will start even showing, from the way I dress to the way I appear. Like, now I can go on social media looking like this. I would never be caught dead before.
Really?
Yeah, no. I had to have my proper, but now it's just about what's comfortable for me. And I think it comes with maturity. A lot of things, from the advice I would give 5 years ago to the advice I would give now, mature as I mature as well. From the work I used to do 5 years ago to the work I do now, it just matures. And the audience I had 5 years ago, I would have probably lost them, or they would have grown with me, or I would have developed new audience. It's just
Okay.
life constantly
I
changing.
I hear you. I don't suffer from a lot of the things that you're talking about, but we'll get to it.
Batung, strong girl.
Honestly, like I talk about on Facebook, especially, I talk about what I want to talk about. I
Yeah.
channel conversations. I push out what I want. I'm as authentic as ever. I don't have pressure. But that I see people are talking about. But this
Yeah.
is not about me. I want to get to know more about you, and a lot of other people might not know who you are. So let's
Yeah.
take it right from the top. Who is KB? Linda self, what I know about you is what is professional. You know, that you're a
Yeah.
relationship coach, that you're a social and dating coach, that you're a
Yeah.
motivational speaker. But give me a brief introduction of who you are. Who is Makabelo Motaung?
So Makabelo Motaung is this beautiful girl that you see in front of you, Kinalin Zumba. But I am a mother, though I don't know if people know, I'm a mother to a 12-year-old. I'm a sister to a brother and sisters. I am just an ordinary girl. I love reading, I love dancing, and those who know me would know that I love wine. I think I think if you Google me in most of my YouTube interviews, I always have wine in my hand. I'm not
Okay.
an alcoholic. I'm not an alcoholic, but I guess nobody ever says they are. I just do enjoy wine. I enjoy freedom. I enjoy interaction. I enjoy developing women and programs for women and
Love that.
just empowering women because I just feel like we can, there's something magical about us, when we get together in a room, you could be completely different to me, but there's something that we can tap into. I don't know what is it, man. Marahuna is
I
something
know
that
it. No, I know
I
it.
can tap it. I can tap into it, Luena, and with any other woman, regardless of your belief, regardless if you have 10 boyfriends, you're a virgin. This one is a whore. This one is, we can just all get in a room and it's magical. We can have laughter. And so for me, I'm constantly changing, looking for ways to just make people question their beliefs about what they really want, their beliefs about what they really believe about themselves. And yeah, I think that's who I am. I am really a kind person. I enjoy humor. I enjoy conversation. I enjoy meeting different people. That's it really. Just an ordinary person who also happens to be a dating coach or a relationship coach. And I don't know if you want to know how that came about. I've always
No, we'll
asked
get to
that.
it. We'll get to it. I really want to know about that one. Of course, I want to know about that one, but I want us to
Yeah.
take it one step at a time. I like what you're saying,
Yeah.
and I strongly believe in what you're saying and that's why I have these conversations, and these
Mm-hmm.
conversations are pretty much with everybody, different
Yeah.
industries, whether people are famous or not, celebrity or not, average people, my friends,
Mm-hmm.
people I've met now, people I've met from long ago, because I believe exactly what you're saying. Every woman has a story to
Yeah.
tell. We can surely find common ground amongst us. We can share things as women. And like,
Yeah.
we can listen to each other, we can inspire each other,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is redefining beauty. This platform, this
Mm.
movement originally started around body positivity and challenging beauty stereotypes and all of that. So I've got this one standard question that I ask every single guest.
Mm-hmm.
Give me your definition of beauty. What is Makabelo's definition of beauty?
I think my definition of beauty is acceptance of you, regardless of what stage of life, or what stage of body, or what stage of age, or what stage of physical being you find yourself in. And meaning, I could be 20 today and I would feel beautiful. I
Yeah.
could be 50 and I would still feel beautiful. I could have a scar that develops from nowhere and I would still allow myself to feel beautiful. I'll still be accepting of the beauty because it's just beauty is just not something that you say, oh wow, she looks like a magazine girl, she's beautiful. No, no, no. Listen, una little dimple, bona ka una little dimple. I love her
Yeah.
spirit. I love how brave she is. That's beauty, right?
Right? Yeah. No, no,
So
no.
it's just things that
You
you
tell me.
admire about yourself that you really think make you awesome. The fact that I I am authentic makes me beautiful. The fact
Yeah.
that I I am calm makes me beautiful. The fact that I'm allowing of people to be whoever they are, bring different energies, bring whatever, bring your madness, bring your seriousness, bring your intellect, bring your
Yeah.
sexy, bring whatever. the fact that I can observe all of that and allow it to be is my definition of beauty. I mean, it's beautiful that I allow that. And for me, it's beautiful. And obviously, beauty for me is also taking care of yourself,
Yeah.
taking care of yourself, looking the way you want to look and sounding the way you want to sound. That's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. Kore what well, the thing that the underpinning word in everything that you've said is authenticity. Kore being you,
That's it.
accepting you, right? I love
That's
that.
it.
And Hako
Yeah.
Mamet, you're also saying beauty evolves. Beauty is not stagnant. It's not one thing.
It's got phases.
Mm.
It's got phases, and what I found was that what used to make me beautiful when I was 25 is not what makes me beautiful now at 36, for example. Um, at 25, what made me feel beautiful was less cellulite. It
Okay.
was less mkaba. It was cool clothes. It was a cool hairstyle. It was a cool
Yeah.
guy. It was everything else but what I have now. Now the beauty is gone. That level, that
Okay.
beauty at 25, now the body comes with cellulite. It's evolved. It's still beautiful, but it comes with cellulite. It comes with mkaba. It comes with stretch marks. It comes with extra weight, but it's
Do
still
you do
beautiful.
you
It just
do you,
evolves.
yeah. Do you really see it as beautiful, or are you forcing yourself to redefine what you used to think is beautiful?
No, I think, oh, that's a good question. I actually think maybe the definition changes, a bit of both actually. The definition
Mm.
changes, but also the admiring, the eye changes. It's almost like, oh, okay, I just used to walk down the street, Kisaboni, the trees that are around me or whatever, but suddenly I can spot the trees. Nothing has
Okay.
changed about the street. So, but I suddenly can spot more beautiful things than less beautiful things. I don't know if you get me. So now the part that has evolved is that I can spot more beautiful things about people and myself than I
So you're
would
paying more
have.
attention. So you're
Yes,
paying
I'm
more
paying more
attention to
attention,
things.
but to the good, not whereas I would zoom into the bed before and say, she's hot, but.
Yeah.
But now
Hey,
it's
that's
like,
a
oh
cheesy.
wow, now it's like I'm attracted to it. I want more of it. What else has she got going on for herself? What else do I like about this girl? What. And it's not so much what else do I hate. It's just so much about what else do I love about whether it's an experience, it's life. What else do I love about myself? How else can I love myself? So it's more positive love, positive words, positive outlook on myself and on others. I
Mm.
think, yeah.
I love that. I love that. And I think that's something that everyone needs to adopt. Find beauty in everything. Find the good in everything. Always be in search
Yeah.
of what is beautiful and what is good, especially about you. Right?
Yeah, pay attention to what you think is beautiful and what you think is not, and be curious about why you think it's not beautiful. Why do you think it's beautiful? If I think you're beautiful, why do I think you're beautiful? So pay attention
Hmm.
to that and your belief about things. Be curious about what feelings or emotions does it evoke. It could be a subject, it could be you. I could be paying attention to you and really focusing on you and saying, what do I really think about Kamo?
Mm-hmm.
I think we're born. I think we're papa. That's what I choose to focus on. So my
Yeah.
belief is that, why do I think we're papa? Be curious about why do you think this person we're papa? When saying,
Interrogate.
it's because
Okay.
she makes me feel like she she makes me feel like I don't have much to say when I do. And that's the truth. That's why I feel like wapapa, because you are saying things that I would have liked to say, but in a different way, or you are brave enough to do something be curious. And then you'll get to a point where you figure, man, it's either get jealous or, okay, no, I'm not such a nice person. Or, just be curious. Ask you the five whys. You're a BA. Ask the five whys. Why do I feel like this? Why?
Yeah.
Why does it make
Yeah.
me, until you get to really the bottom of why you think somebody's beautiful, why you think they're ugly, why you think something is beautiful, and why you think it's not.
I like that. And you know what you're saying is
Yeah.
exactly why I wanted to talk first about self-awareness. I think it's something that's underplayed, and I think some people don't even know what being self-aware is and why they ought to be self-aware. So maybe let's drill into that one before we get
Yeah.
to you telling me about the dating coaching. Because you're a
Yeah.
coach, really, you're a coach, you get to
Yeah.
speak to people. If you break it down in simple terms, what is being self-aware, and how do I measure myself to say I am self-aware or I'm not self-aware?
This is the same concept or same thing as, you know how we always throw love yourself, but we never really say how. So
Yeah.
nobody ever says this is how you love yourself. We constantly say, no, you just don't love yourself. Love yourself more. But if I love myself, what is it that I would be doing to myself? Would I be taking bubble baths? Is that a sign of love? Or would I just be buying the latest clothes? Is that a sign of love? What's really, how do I know when I love myself? You know, so it's the same concept, I think. We often throw it and not really say the the 1 to 10 steps of it. It's almost like having to answer to a child, how was the whole mommy? How do I love myself? What would you say, Kamo? How would you say? Would you say no? Just have bubble baths, smell good. That's not self love. That's self care. That's not, self love
True.
is,
True.
or self awareness in your question, which is what you asked, right? Self awareness
Awareness.
is, yes, is knowing what I feel, why I feel it,
Mm.
what I want, why I want it, knowing what to say, when to say it, how to say it, whom I should say it to.
Mm.
So it's just knowing those things. That's self-awareness. Do I want to say it? No, I don't want to say it. Do I respect that? I don't want to say it. Because you can be self-aware but not self-respectful.
Okay.
So meaning I am aware I am feeling uncomfortable around these guys, but I don't respect that. So I'll stay because I don't respect my feeling or my awareness. Do you get
Mm.
that? I
Yeah.
am aware I don't like this guy, but I'm staying because I I don't believe I can get better. I'm
Yeah.
aware. It's just there's a difference between, yes, you are self-aware, but are you self-respecting? Are you do you listen to yourself? Number one.
So there's
I
levels.
Self-awareness is being aware that if I have 3 bottles of wine, that's over my limit. That's self-aware. I'm aware that my limit is 2 glasses of wine.
Mm-hmm.
But I could also not respect my awareness and choose to have a whole bottle of wine. Meanwhile, I know my limit, my body can only take 2 bottles of wine. So I'm
Yeah.
aware of what I am. I am aware of myself. I'm aware of my needs. My needs are just 2 glasses, but I'm not respecting that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Meaning I choose to not honor what I am aware of.
I get that. I get that. No, I totally get that. Well,
Yeah. Yeah.
self-awareness would be you being conscious, you knowing, you being able to decipher, you being able to introspect, you being able to judge
Yeah.
yourself. But then, of course, you'll move on to self-regulating, or you'll move on to
Yeah.
self-respecting, right? Am I
Yeah.
am I understanding
Spot
correctly?
on.
Okay, great. Every adult needs to be self-aware. Then, I mean, how do we get to
Even
self-love
a
when we haven't?
child, not just an adult, a child needs to be, Footy kids are self-aware a lot.
Okay.
Babies would to, to even show how self-aware they are. If you don't make a baby feel comfortable, they instantly cry.
Mm.
But if you make a baby feel warm and comfortable, they warm up to you. In fact, they play with you, or they
Mm.
touch you, or they smile at you. But they are aware, being aware of their surroundings, being aware, I don't want this, so therefore I'm going to cry and call out for attention. So
Oh
I think
yeah.
we're all born with the awareness. It's just that
We lose it over
self-awareness. It's
time.
just that, yeah, we are pleasers. So to please you, Gamu, I'm not going to sound like my ghetto English. I'll try and sound like a snobby English
Okay.
or whatever. It's just I'm aware that this is who I am, but
Yeah.
Yeah, it's we always aware of our surroundings, our limits, our bodies. What am I feeling? I'm feeling tired, but I you groover anyway, you know?
Okay. Okay. I hear you. No, I hear you. Kikuro kidi step setting. My point was you being self-aware and you knowing what to do with that awareness is two different things.
Two
That's what,
different
yeah,
things,
that's
two
what I'm
different
hearing.
things. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, great. Let's move on to you telling me about social and dating coaching. What is that? Who's your target market? Who are your clients? Talk to me about
So,
your coaching.
yeah. So I'm a social and dating coach, and that means that I help people. I'm a personal trainer for daters. You know how you have a personal trainer for somebody who wants to be healthy, you have a
Mm?
personal trainer for somebody who wants, I don't know, whatever. I'm a personal coach for daters. I'm aware of where you are, who you are, and how you need to navigate the dating streets because
Also, coach
you
coach
can't
young
navigate
Jolo.
it the way. Yeah.
Okay.
Kiki coach, yeah, yeah, identifying what you want in a relationship. Yes, coach Amjolo. I guess so. I guess people would understand. Oh, babes Amjolo. I can read babes
Okay.
do.
Oh, babes of Joel. All right.
Oh, babes
Okay.
Amjolo. And your other question was, who is my target audience? My target audience is, look, I have different target audience. I have people who come to me and say, look, I have been married before. Uh, that was 10 years ago. The streets have changed. I don't know what's happening. It's just too much. Like, it's hectic. I'm scared. Like, it's just too much. I don't know how to get back to the dating world. Things have changed. How do I do it? How do I sound
Okay.
sexy? How do I sound interesting? How do I date? How do I relationship? How do I let him know I like him? How do I have a crush? And how do I do it? So somebody who's trying to get back into the world that they're no longer familiar with. They've always dated a high school sweetheart, and now the high school sweetheart is gone for
Oh
whatever
yeah.
reason. It could be death, it could be whatever. But it's like, how do I allow another person? How do I get back into the space where I put myself out there? There's so many different rules. You do this, or it's a mistake, they write you off, they ghost you, gosh, it's just doesn't end. Then the second person is somebody who says, look, I'm in a relationship, I'm married, I love my guy, but you know what? The spark is dying. Like, how do I bring back the sexiness? How do I bring back the naughtiness, man? How do I bring back the life into this relationship? Like, I'm here, pick a guy, like he's sharp, but we just need the funness in the relationship again. So it could be in the
Okay.
bedroom, it could be in the way a person carries themselves, it could be in the way, how do I boost my self confidence so that I just appear, whatever. It could be anything. It could be sexual. It could be physical. It could be
Oh,
emotional.
so you do cross over to sex coaching.
A lot, a lot. A lot of people know me also as an intimacy coach. Yeah.
Intimate.
So
Okay.
and then there's somebody else who's saying, look, I'm single. I would just really love to meet people. I meet the wrong people. Somebody who says, please matchmake me, please, like Nzame or like what do I, it's just different people, really, Kamo. You could be married, you could be single, you could be, look,
All
as
right.
long
I
as you're
get.
looking for something with somebody and you're trying to make it work, or you're trying to have fun, or it's just like, how do I do it?
Mm. So when you're an
Yeah.
important person, you're a very important person in
Me,
the
I
country
should I should
we
be
live
right there with
in.
the president, but I don't know why you guys
Listen,
are undervaluing me.
I
Like,
I don't understand how you are so undervalued and why
I should be the
overlaying me.
minister of something. Eh?
But no, on a serious note,
Yeah,
Njolo wants about to the flames, right? A lot of people we are always talking
yeah.
about Njolo. So you need to be everywhere. You need to be like even where's your dating site?
You know, my dating site. That sounds. You know what? Let me tell you something interesting about my job. As much as people get interested and say, I'm Jolo, they come to me and then they realize, okay, Njolo is work. She's gonna make me work. People think they'll come to me and I say, okay, you and you
Oh,
a match. Go.
and that's
You
it.
wear a red dress, wear a red lipstick, say hello. Don't say hello. That's what the magic I kind of pull. They realize, well, ish, this is gonna be hard work. She makes us work. She makes us question ourselves. She makes us question our beliefs. She makes us work on us to attract better. Like this is work. So what I find is that I am such a turn off for desperate clients. And desperate clients is somebody
Oh,
who says, I want a boyfriend and I want a boyfriend now. It doesn't matter. I want a boyfriend. I
okay.
want him to be rich. I want him to be a stallion in bed. I want him to be. That's not a definition of a solid relationship to even begin with. What no, it's a checklist file and you're thinking I'm God of I don't know, you know. So I tend to be a 10 off for people who are not ready to do the work.
Mm,
And the work is that you really need to identify your childhood issues that interfere with how you date. You know,
right.
what is it then that is making you undateable? Is it that you come from a family where everything was you were required to be a mother before your age, you were required to take care of your siblings. So when you get in a relationship, you instantly have control issues. You want to take care of everybody. You want, you know, you become a mother to a man when you should be becoming a partner. But these are issues that we don't know stems from where. You think somebody, oh,
Mm,
narcissist, no, it comes from, so where does it come from, you know? Or
I hear
somebody is an
that.
abuser suddenly, and then why am I attracted to abusers? Why am I attracted to boys or women who abuse me, who treat me ill? It's because I've always been told I amount to nothing by my mother, by my father, you know, so I believed it. So for me, when you beat me, it's a sign of love. It's just a whole lot of things that go on, you know? And it's just not as simple as saying, no, seduce this one, charm. I can teach you those techniques, you know, but every technique that I will teach you, the basis of it is, are you self-aware? Are you self-loving? Are you ready to change your beliefs and question them?
Wena o therapist hantle ntle. This thing you bita the social
I'm
dating
undermining my. I need a better
you're a
title, you know.
you're a girl, you're a therapist. Honestly speaking, if you go to that level in when you do your coaching, but batlang mo and banana huru escort and babatla di study escort. What they want is like escort services most.
And you know what? I don't have a problem with that. If you're saying to me, look, I give him study, I give him munna, I just want a girl to spend the night with. I know a girl who wants to spend the night, so why can't I hook you guys up? It's okay.
Okay.
I'm an
Okay.
adult that says adult must be. But should you
Okay.
come and say I
You want a
need
relationship. Mm.
you would have to be ready to do the work. Look, I have people who have paid me to match make them and say, look, I don't I just want a lady that knows how to carry herself in my business meetings, to do whatever. She doesn't have to sleep with me. She can sleep in a different room. I just want company. And I
Oh,
want a company that's sophisticated. I want company. It's okay. I'll
that's
find you that
interesting.
company. That's what you seek. I'm not here to judge people on what they want. You know why there's a market for Bumahosha, there's a market for single
Mm-hmm.
but married but available
Mm-hmm.
apps and whatever. It's because people have identified needs. They're not here to
Mm.
judge needs. They are here to create a solution for a need.
To
You know,
fulfill a need, yeah?
to fulfill a need. My job is not to judge you, it's to see what need do you have. Can I fulfill it at any point of a relationship? Whether my need is to date, whether my need is to improve sexuality, whether my need is to know how to communicate at any point of a relationship. You know, it could be different journey from journey A, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You know, you are still there, the common denominator, and you know,
I see.
so yeah.
Interesting. Your work is
Very
interesting. I'm sure you meet a lot of
it's
interesting people.
different every
It's
day.
very
From
different.
meeting a guy who's an emotional wreck, I am so unlovable, to meeting a KB who says, look, I want to have fun, I want to play, I want, like this week, I just want to be naughty. KB, or to a person who says, look, I genuinely need to heal. Where do I start? Or I just need to develop my confidence. I mean, wait, like I'm proactive when it comes to everything else, but my dating life, I've had doctors who come to me and say, look, I drive my Mercedes, I've got my complex, my duplex, or whatever, and I have everything that I need. But why am I not getting a man? What's wrong with me? Like, I'm sexy, I go to the gym, I eat once a month.
Hmm.
What is the
Interesting.
problem? Do you understand? So
Yeah.
you have all kinds of people, and then unale KB wako sorry, I look, I just, or she could be from Sentin. Let me not discriminate. She could be from Sentin saying, look, I know, me, I just want to play. I just got out of a hectic marriage. Listen, I just want to know how to have fun. I want boys who take me out. I want their money. I want whatever. Or you even have men who say, look, KB, I've been hurt. I don't want to, I just want to be single and mingle. I'm not ready to commit yet, but I want to meet different people, you know.
Mm, mm, mm.
It's
So
just what it is.
do you now have a, do you have a practice? Like, I'm just trying to think if I meet people and they need your services, how do you do it?
So
Does someone
so
come to you and
80%
you
of
do
my,
assessment?
yeah, so what I do is the process before I even take a client on is you give me a call. Obviously, I assess, I understand where you are. What do you need from me? If I are you saying you want a coaching session about what? I need to understand.
Mm,
And no, I am just struggling with letting go of my ex. That's all I
okay.
need to know. Okay, what's your headline here? No, I just want a hookup. No, I want an unserious hookup. Or no, I just want, look, I want to learn the A and the B's of seduction. I want to learn charming techniques. I want to learn how to flirt. I want to,
Okay. Good.
yeah, it's different
I'm
every
trying to,
day.
yeah.
Okay, so the way I would work, 80% of it would be like this. I get it. It would be remotely, but I also go and meet clients.
Mm,
Or clients come to me. I don't have a practice. I'm mobile, you know. I don't have a
okay.
place where I work. I'm mobile. But I have a lot of clients, some, and I'd meet for like four. But the way I like to work is that I don't like seeing clients for long because they become dependent, you know.
On you, yeah?
So I want to have 10 sessions with you. You haven't changed. What else can I teach you if you haven't made any changes from
Okay.
session what, you know? So my clients are short-term clients. It's not clients that I would be with for 5 years, or unless it's a different topic. I can't be teaching you self-love and then 20 sessions later. I don't even want to do 20 sessions because it means I'm not working. By the fourth sessions, you should be able to see
The light
a
must be
difference.
coming
You
on.
should be, do you
Mm,
understand? And
yeah,
also, you
agree.
should be less dependent on me. I don't want clients who are dependent. I'm here to
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 guide.
help and let you go, like go figure it out. I'm not a university. I'm not a medical a course where you need to be here for 7 years and prove no.
I
Any
get you.
short courses, you know.
Okay.
So I don't wanna watch you grow and come to me with a different topic. And I get a self love. Do you
Mm,
come with to on a different coaching session now? Like, no, I just wanna learn how to balance whatever. But what I don't like is I even tell my clients, so I don't see one client uh in a space of a month taking for. No, I give you 4 weeks in between our sessions so that you can go
oh,
practice whatever you want, struggle with it, come back with the exercise, take time to do the exercise. Because after every session, I give you exercises to do so that
okay.
you come back to me with the homework and say, look, I struggled. I know you said I must do these 10 affirmations, but this one made me feel, you know, so it's really,
Hands on. I like
but
that.
I also don't want, you can't hold somebody's hand for,
Forever.
it becomes a dependable relationship, and that's not how I want to empower you. If you're depending on me, then I'm not doing my job.
This
I'm
okay.
not a
I hear you.
grandpa. I'm not your oxygen, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But now, is there an age group, an age limit to your services? Can a 16-year-old come to you? Can a 45-year-old come to you?
So a 16-year-old can come to me with issues of a 16-year-old. I don't expect to be teaching a 16-year-old how to flirt, how to know. I expect to be teaching a 16-year-old what 16-year-old go through. Like, I like a boy, whatever, but you already, they're not ready for that. They think they are. So how do you know? Because everything is extreme to them. A crush is extreme. Everything is
Mm,
just like crush is just zoomed and it's exaggerated, and it's, so you need to know how to calm them in such a way that you remind them of the basics, and some lessons that I have learned in my 20s, I wish I had learned when I was a teen about Mojolo. I wish I had
Mm,
known never to prioritize a boy more than I prioritize myself. I wish I knew I
mm-hmm,
have a right to walk away. I have a right to say no. I have a right to have a life outside of him, have hobbies. I
mm,
have a right to wear what I want. You know, those things that you only know
yeah,
now. So yes, in terms of a 16-year-old, those are the lessons that you would want to
to teach.
to structure, yes, but I wouldn't
Mm,
want to be teaching a 16-year-old how to how to make a boy. I don't know. I don't know. You know, so I've got every type of client. I've got a 60-year-old client. I was so
okay.
excited. I was so excited. So you know, and now what I'm picking up is that there's such a gap for clients that are between 45, which is something that I'm working on with Linda
Mm,
to do mature dating. You know, there's a gap for people who are 45 and 65 because unyetse usantsane unale 20, so by the time you're
mm,
45, what is the or you want to do it better, you want to enjoy
mm,
it, you're ready to enjoy life, the kids are grown, they're out of the house, or you can finally, because we live for our kids. I guess that's the mistake we make as well.
yeah.
We live
Mm,
for our kids, and then before you know it, you're a single parent. Awajola, mwana how nearly 18, and then now you're like, it's okay to date. How do I do it? You know? So I'm finding that there's such a huge market for people who are men and women from
who are
45 to
mature.
maybe
Mm,
65. Their kids are out of the home as well. They found themselves. I guess they're not shy anymore, you know, to own
mm-hmm,
up.
mm.
But also, they are the paying clients. They're the paying clients. They're ready to
Okay.
put their money where their mouth is, basically. But
Mm,
ready to pay, you know. They're not wasting time. You give them a homework, they do it. They're eager. They're
okay.
such a breeze. Oh, they're so fun to teach. They just, you know, and they get it right. Hey, they don't play games. They know what they want. They get it right,
Because
eh?
Baba Khulu would have had time to play. There's no time to play when you're
Hmm.
45.
You know,
I mean, yeah. Okay, so now tell me about Barakiing. When now so we like a mature dating. Segili distracted, but let me not talk about that one. I want to talk about during COVID, you know, your services. It was there a spike, you know, Mjolo, no, everybody's talking about Mjolo over inside the flame. The dating landscape has changed. I mean, we are now moving into techno things, dating sites, social media. Um, you know, so what is has
what
your
changed in
client
my
has your
business?
yeah, what changed in your business, and did COVID affect it? And is your client base growing because of the need for this kind of information? But it's obvious.
I think COVID exposed how lonely we are, right?
Number one,
COVID
yeah.
exposed how lonely we are because there was nothing to distract us, but it also showed us how empty we are. There
Mm-hmm.
was how what the empty useless relationships we are in, it made us question them. So a lot of people walked out of their relationships because when you really thought about it, what was keeping us together was the business, was that you could go to work. I
Yeah.
didn't have to see you, I didn't have to, you know, you had weekends to go away, you were traveling, you were doing this. So now none of that was there. You don't give me conversation, you don't
Mm.
give me, you don't, there's nothing, it's just empty. What kept us together was the busyness, because every time we met up, the exaggeration, yeah, one day that we spent seemed like, you know, he loves me, but now being exposed to you, being exposed to your weaknesses, can I love you, can I, so it made people question their relationships a lot. It wasn't such a good thing, but it was also such a good thing. So two things that people found themselves in the situation, they found themselves questioning the value of the relationship, what is it bringing.
Mm-hmm.
So we are finding that people broke up, there's a lot high rate of divorce, for
I
example, there
heard that.
is a high rate of separation, you know, cheating got exposed because now you're talking a lot with this side chick, I get out born. So now your
Mm.
wife has access to the phone and whatever, so a lot of cheating got exposed. But also, I had nowhere to hide. I can't go komajiteng, komajiteng. So now I have to come back and talk to you. It showed we didn't know how to communicate. So now
Yeah.
people are left in a decision mode. a lot of them, do I still want to continue with the marriage? Do I still want this relationship? I'm fine being alone. I'm fine being single. Oh, actually, it made me realize I'm lonely. I need a relationship. So it's a good thing for me in my business because I people reached out more, whether
Okay.
it was to question or whether it was to say, "Hey, when I didn't realize I needed a relationship, I kept myself so busy that I made every excuse in the book not to be in a relationship, you know. But now I
Okay.
realize
I
life
need a
is short. I
relationship.
might die. I don't even have a kid. I don't, you know." So
Hmm.
people are being proactive, which is what I like. Proactive with decision making about your relationship, you know.
Okay. So in your clients, who sees you the most, males or females, or is there a balance?
Funny enough, males are willing to pay, so they're willing to do more work, right?
Okay.
Yeah, they're willing to do that. If I say, okay, for 5 sessions, this is how much, they don't question it. Whereas women would try and negotiate, like, no, but so I find that women are manipulators when it comes to woman service. If I was a
Hmm.
guy, they would be willing. So it's the opposite, you know. And if you have noticed, during lockdown, I had conversations with men
Yeah,
and they were
yeah, I saw
willing to
those.
talk. You
Hmm.
know, they've never been willing to talk before, but they were coming out and willing to talk and willing to be a part of, you know. So I'm finding that men would work better with a woman and the opposite.
Okay.
Meaning, work, yes. Meaning, men could relate to me. They think I know they want a different voice to hear them. So a man would be more willing to come to a woman relationship. It's like a gynae thing. You've got women who prefer it to be a man because ba di tlwaetse dintho tse, or they are never
Mm-hmm.
ban judge, whereas inside o tlo bona ke na le dark spots mona, and it becomes like maybe I'm not hygiene or whatever. Like there's just you know, we're always weighing each other according to the
Unfairly.
standards of this invisible feminine whatever, you know.
Mm.
You know, so in terms of, it's just a preference, I guess. But I would say right now 40% of my clients are actually women and 60% of my clients are actually men.
Okay. And in your view,
Yeah.
with looking at the people you've seen, the conversation you have, who needs your services the most, men or women?
I tailor my services. Remember, I've got group services, I've got group coachings, I've got individual coaching. So sometimes women would come together as a group, for example, and say, look, we just want to have a sexual liberation night where we learn things, or where we just want to have fun, but
Mm.
naughty fun, you know, and with just us women. And I'm not meaning a sexual fun where people are proactively having intercourse.
Yeah.
No, I don't do that type of fun. But where women would like to be sexually liberated and
To
know
learn, yeah.
about their libidos, and know what to ask, how to ask, because we shy to have these conversations. We don't feel like we have safe spaces. So I create safe spaces for everybody, and for whatever topic, I create safe spaces. If the topic is sex, I create safe spaces for sex, meaning I introduce topics and things and exercises and activities that would be centered around that. If the topic is healing, I would create a safe space for that, where you feel like, okay, I can let go, I can, you know. So it just depends on the topic. And but I would say, sorry, I'm losing my thought now. What was the question again?
Who needs the services more?
Who needs the services? No, I think,
According,
look,
if
I tailor make my services, honestly, so everybody needs them. At some point, you're gonna need my services. You might not, so the excuse might be, no, I don't like her, or I don't afford her, or whatever. But at some point, there's something that you can take out of my service.
okay, so everybody needs to see a
Yeah.
relationship coach. Everyone should be advised to see a relationship coach.
It's not even advised. I'm not here to advise you. I'm just here to walk with you and say, look, it looks this way from where you stand, but what if it looks this way from where I'm standing, which is an opposite direction from you? what then? But also just tailor make. You know what people are saying. There's a lot of relationship coaches, a lot of relationship advisors, a lot of whatever. It give you the confidence to tailor make it for you, because love has no love. Everybody has a different template of love. My
Mm.
template of love comes from my mother, who was a single parent. Your template of love comes from both parents who taught you how to communicate, how to. We've got different templates of love. Mine
Yeah,
is
yeah,
filled with survive, girl, on your own. Like, don't ever rely on a man. Yours is
yeah.
filled with communicate, trust. You know,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
templates of
No,
love are
but
different, really.
my point was on if Motu has to assess as to whether they need your services or not. I can relate to,
If
especially adults in our after 25, the 25 to
yeah,
45. We think we know. Mara
yeah,
mojolo wa re bontsha hore batho ba thubakanye, mojolo ba bontsha di-flame. So it means they do not know. So when
yeah.
someone has to evaluate, or I do not know how to self-diagnose.
Do I
So
need you
maybe
or not? Yeah.
yeah.
So if you're picking up a pattern more than once, more than twice, more than three of the same thing about your relationships, and you're the
It's time.
common
It's time.
denominator,
It's time to
girl,
see
it's time
KB.
to call me. It's time to call me, okay? If you're attracting married men, since when married men, at some point you want to be married yourself. Let's be honest. And one thing that I always want to say is that be honest about what you want. If you're saying to me, I want a married man, that's it. As long as you're honest about it, don't close yourself up because we're not Otava. No. If you're closed up, say I fear a relationship because
Right?
I don't think I'm capable of loving, or I don't know how to
Mm.
love, or own your state of mind, own where you are. The thing is, oh, I'm so busy for a relationship, I don't have time for it. Girl, everybody has time. Boy, everybody has time for a relationship. I mean, look at Zuma. He's got 5 wives. He's got time for 5 relationships, and
Yeah.
the most busiest man in the world. Do you understand? He was running the country, but still had time. And then when you come and say, my excuse, no, I don't have time. I don't have the patience. No, men these days are not those excuses. Like, there are no men these days. They're not the quality of men these days. Girl,
Right.
the quality of your
Yeah.
mind, the quality of your checklist, the quality of your standards. I can lona le batla banna ba drive di Lamborghini. How to we thotse jwang, they abuse, they do whatever. Like, you are so superficial in your request for human interaction that you don't even know you can be bought. Go
Hey.
my if I can give you 10 million now, I can have you. Ask yourself, what
Yeah.
does it take for a man to have me? And put a price to it. And not price in terms of value. What it takes to be with me is that you need
Mm.
commitment, consistency, loyalty. Okay, that's what it would take for a man to be with me. You would need that consistency, loyalty. Where now, what would it take for a man to be with you? No, it will take a GTI, it will take a townhouse, it will take,
Mar. Yeah. That's precisely what
you
I'm
know.
saying,
So
KB.
so
KB.
if you are still saying, if you check your checklist now, if you go 20, you need to see me, because there's something wrong with that checklist. It's not gonna get you anywhere. If you're still owning a checklist, you for that matter, you need to come see me. But also, if you're saying you are so negative about a relationship or the next gender that you're thinking next, come see
Mm.
me. If because we heal, Kamo, and we allow ourselves to heal. You don't heal because we're not. No, you allow yourself to heal. You want to heal. You take yourself
Yeah.
to the doctor. Why can't you take yourself to a relationship coach and say, Slaughter, say, I get if something where I tried home remedies and was I'm a wabona, I know it's getting worse. So now I
Yeah.
need to
Yeah.
go see an expert. I get somebody who can know
Yes.
and diagnose me. So,
I agree.
yes, you will try on your own. You'll try different people, try dating married people, try, not staying single for a year. Try, and then, oh no, man, nothing is changing. I'm still feeling the void. I'm still feeling lonely. I'm still feeling I'm not satisfied. I'm in a relationship, but I still have this thing. I deserve more. I want more. It's time to see me. Like, come to the doctor,
Ah,
Kanyani,
ah.
and see if I can. You know,
Yeah, for the doctor to diagnose. Let me see. I want to see. I didn't
yeah.
see. I didn't see any questions. I've got a burning question, but Kitlaibusa just now. I want to see if there's anybody on the line that's got questions. There's a question
Actually,
that
somebody
popped
said
up here.
hi. Hi. I don't know who it was, but that's what I saw.
Oh, ke Mule. Mule a re kopa di rates. Giringi rates
Okay,
Coach
so I'm
KP.
not one of those people that are gonna say inbox me for a rate. It's really simple. So I do session, I do group session, I do individual session, I do corporate sessions, right?
All right, all right.
So for a one-on-one coaching session or remotely is 750. It's 60 minutes. It's 750 regardless of the topic. It's 60 minutes, it's an hour, and it's 750. Then I do group sessions, different group sessions. So if you're saying to me, KB, ke stokfela sa majida, but we want different things. We don't want to be talking about Kojo, we don't, we just want something different. Men also want to connect with other men. I mean, men
Mm,
also need sessions that grow them. I mean, for goodness sake, why are we doing baby showers? Why are we getting together at Sasaba Tukati Powder? Why not get together and empower each other? Why not get together with the sole purpose of healing or the sole purpose
mm.
of finding some type of liberation or learning something new, So it's time that we really mobilize people like me, where you're saying, "Ki stokfela machita," but I think machita, you're thinking with the abuse, with the whatever coming. Let's just talk. I was invited. I'm actually invited on a Jeep weekend this next weekend with a group of men, and they're saying we even a relationships amongst ourselves as friends is breaking down,
All right.
but we love adventure. We want to do that, but we also want a moment where we can sit. Can you facilitate that for us? Can you do you understand? So it's different
Okay.
things, and if so groups would depend on a number. Anything, it would depend on a number. How long am I with you? But we can structure that. I have group sessions as little as 2.5. I have group sessions that will cost 5,000 rand, depending of I have group sessions that will cost 10,000 rand, depending on the activity, the length, and the structure of what is needed.
So you spoke about one-on-one. Remote means what? You seeing them in person.
So remotely means us doing it virtually. I think
Or
yeah,
virtually.
sorry about that. Virtually. But I also do face to face, but it's just that it's not been safe to do anything face to face lately.
COVID.
But I also do face to face coaching. Some people would prefer to see you and you know what happens.
Okay.
Then I also have
Um,
corporate sessions where I would go to an ABSA and whatever for a team dynamic, a team,
yeah,
different
that's
things
a
really
totally
come.
different thing. I think maybe Nabuela, if someone like me or someone, if I'm organizing someone, Kiyamuati is saying, what would you say to someone who says, people I love don't love me? Those who love me, I don't love. Ooh, okay.
Oh, you've got problems. But you see what happens when you want your type, meanwhile you're not your type's type.
Yeah.
So I think that's the question then. What happens when my type, I'm not the type of type. So
Mm.
there is three types of men, three different classes of men. There's an alpha male. An alpha male is men, perfect body, they fitness, they whatever, they drive in Porsches, they handful. Bam, bafella.
Mm, mm, mm.
So 10%, let's give them a 10%. So 90% of men, we've got this 10% of men.
Yeah.
The sad part is that this 90% of women will all want this
The
10%. And
10%.
the truth is that this 10% is not enough for us. So when you're saying my standard is wena uhola, for example, let me bring it down to value. You are a administrator somewhere, you're earning your nice 15K, it's fine, sharp, it affords you, you're staying in a flat somewhere, whatever. Here
Mm.
you are saying you want to date a guy who makes
A million.
15,000 rand every
Mm,
minute.
mm.
15,000, the 15,000 every minute he makes that. This guy owns properties from here to wherever. Kuri, it happens, the guy will like you or whatever, but the sad part is that we must realize this is a handful. This guy Lena wants his type. So if everybody's dating their type and their standards, you won't make it to this standard, to this 10%, because you are, he's also looking for people that are making 15,000 rand a minute, and you are, so the sad part is that we are growing old, but we are not dropping how we date. We are not changing how we date. You're still
I
dating the
agree.
same way you were dating when you were 12, 20, naive,
I
without
agree.
a clue, without a reality, a realistic realization. Now, there's responsibilities in the world, there's kids in the world, there's family, there's whatever that needs to be fed,
Mm-hmm.
there's bills, there's taking care of the future, there's taking care of the next generation, there's growing. Like how na a clued up reality of what is really happening. So here you are as a woman putting men under pressure, saying, hey, you must be provide, provide, provide. Meanwhile, you are here feeling empty, empty, more and more empty. The more he provides, the more empty you feel, because you were not, you didn't realize the need to begin with. You thought, I don't know, Kamo, we're not growing. Even our conversations, how can I still
Mm-hmm.
be asking, when I was 20, I was asking a guy, so what's your favorite color when I went on a date? At 36, why does it matter what's your favorite color? I want to know what are your goals. 40 years sharper now. Like, what are your ambitions? What are you doing? How are you growing a relationship with your family? How are you growing a relationship with your kids? How
Yeah.
are you spiritually? How are so
Mm.
hola man, hola. Let that be seen in how you relationship and how you date and who you date. And whether you like it or not, the person that you even have a crush on resembles a lot about you. So look at the boys and the girls that you have a crush on. If you have a crush on somebody, ke lekentse la modimo wa ishainela o shapa boblengi wa itse keng ya o tshwara tenskoto no ambition, I'm living for today, I go to the best parties, and you are
Mm-hmm.
35 and you are saying I want a husband. I mean, it says a lot about you. The men that you want to be with, you'd see yourself being with,
Mm.
they must portray your passions, your standards, your commitment. They must portray. Do you understand? So you
I
can't be
understand.
superficial as a woman and still be saying, no, I want a man. And this goes vice versa. I'm not here to say
Yeah,
this gender is wrong here, this gender. No, I'm just saying we are equally not dating with our age and our experience. We are dating
I
outside
agree.
of the reality box. You are dating in a 20-year-old's mind who's still trapped thinking, the only way to show me you love me is if you buy me flowers. The only way to show me you love me is if you buy me something. Buy me, give me, invest in me. What are you bringing to this investment? Because for me to invest in you, you must be bringing me profit.
I
What
agree.
are you, you know?
Yeah. You know what, Ricky Bon, we've literally run out of time, so we've got 5 minutes and we must wrap this
Okay.
up. I've just got to read a few things here that I saw. Mule and alpha males are problematic. Oh, okay. And then Buitumelo, you realize after doing a lot of inner work there that you realize that dating is really about getting to know yourself. Interesting.
That's
And I saw
true.
there's a comment I saw Masondo Bagezile. I think we would need to take this conversation offline with you because she was asking how would you advise someone who has suffered cancer, have one breast, and who is feeling not gorgeous anymore. And I think
Oh,
that's
you
a
can
that's
still
a
be so sexy. I promise
yeah.
you. There's exercises for it. There's all kinds of wow things that can be done to bring back that confidence.
Yeah, I think yeah, that's what I'm saying. We can talk to her separately, you know. I
Yeah.
can also tell you about the photo shoot that we are having in August. That those are some of the practical things that we can help you with. Claribon. No other comments. And let's wrap this up, honey. Because we are
Let's wrap it
already
up.
over time.
Unfortunately, people are joining when we are wrapping it up.
No, they'll go back.
So
They'll go back
basically,
to it.
yeah, I know they'll go back to it. So date date with maturity. Date with your age. Grow with your dating. Don't stay stagnant with your. You don't remain 6 years forever. Let
Ooh,
as
bona
much as it
mule.
should.
Are you date the male or female version of yourself. Is that true? Look at your partner, that's you in another gender. Is that true, coach?
Yes, yes, that's what you think about yourself. That's the level of confidence, the level of passion you have, the level of commitment you have. So if you're constantly dating a man who cannot even commit in a relationship, what cheater, that's where else are you cheating yourself in a relationship? Why are you cheating yourself out of your standards? Are you cheating yourself? It's always a reflection of you, Gam, whether we like it or not. The way that you date,
Serious.
who you date, is a reflection of you. If you're here dating a man who's humble, to somebody who's got value, is a great father, you're dating somebody who's a provider, who's a hard worker, it means you're a nurturer, you're a support. Do you understand? Like
I hear
for
it.
one for there to be night, there needs to be day. I get it. They are equally as valuable, but also equally as important. No one is better than the other. I get. So it's the
Yeah.
same thing. We've got different values in dating. I could be a planner, a nurturer, a supporter. A man who's with me is only going to be the best version of himself because I'm here to nurture that out of him, to support that out of him. But he also needs to bring the element where he provides, he protects, he guides, he leads, for me to be able to do that. I mean, you look at Michelle Obama and Barack, Michelle is here quietly, whether we like it or not. Behind that Barack is Michelle all the way. She is nurturing and maturing, giving the confidence, building up the self-esteem for you to lead, to protect, to be the provider, to be brave, to be. So for a man to be his best version, look at the woman that he's dating. Look at a man
Hmm.
who is dating a woman who knows her worth, herself, her confidence, her self-love, and see where that man is gonna go. That's why people
Interesting.
are say. That's why even it's just that we don't have time. That's why even insurance policies will say when you are a married man, you are in a different league than when you're a single man. You respond differently to the world, you respond differently to your safety issues, you respond differently to your finances. Do you
Mm.
understand? So it's really important to know how to balance the partner that you're with yourself, and it's
Mm-hmm.
really important to know how to get the best out of your partner. um yeah, I mean, there's a lot to talk about, guys. Dating is just
Yeah,
not,
there is
it
a
doesn't
lot.
start here and it ends here.
True, true, true. Yeah.
But I enjoyed this so much.
The only
Yeah.
last Tulu saying interesting. Okay, Mulu was saying you also date at your level of esteem. Hey, we need to
That is
debunk this thing.
true. That is true. You know why he's saying that? Like the patients that I was telling you about. So, for example, I won't name her. She's a doctor. She's doing well, but utsamaya le petrol attendant le whatever. So she doesn't have the self as she had the proactiveness to go and fight for her career and get what she wants, but she doesn't have the
Mm.
confidence and the esteem to date at her level. If she was dating at her level, she would be dating somebody she can have intellectual conversations with, somebody that portrays her self-confidence, her hard work, her whatever. But because sometimes you don't have the self-esteem to be at your standard, you lower your standard. And this is vice versa with men as well.
Mm, mm, mm.
It's the same, yeah, because it takes so much work to be with the people at your level. It takes really you being on par, and that takes a lot for any person.
I have so many questions, but we don't have
I
time.
know. Next
I, I
time,
I
let's do a
literally
part
have so,
two.
I literally have so many questions right now just on what you've just said and Mule's comments. I'm like, yo, we do
Ebada.
need, yo, we do. But
Ne?
so honestly, there's something else that I'm gonna do, but I will talk offline because we really need to get into these examples. We are even on social media. We are always talking high level, or we're always talking emotional. We need to be mature, but we don't talk about these examples and some of the things that you were saying. So we need to really get to the grassroots of these
Yeah.
things.
And
Yeah.
also the type of person, the level of healing you have done will determine what the level of attraction you get or the level that you attract.
Oh.
So if there's still a lot of work for you to do with yourself, you will
Mm.
attract the apples on the floor. And unfortunately the apples on the floor are not the best looking apples. But the
Yeah.
more work you start doing on your healing, the better. Look, wazamazama, man, the people I'm dating now are not the
Are
same people I
changing.
was
Mm.
attracting 2 years ago. And the more you work at yourself, the more you enhance your self-esteem, confidence, you understand yourself, the more you heal yourself. The Barack Obama one shayla, so the
Ooh.
levels. Unfortunately,
Otlo
we think levels are different. Is what's that? Is my light.
otlo
We think
buisa haholo wa tseba. Mm.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, shame. The levels are levels of healing. The more healed, the better. You don't just
Right.
say, I deserve better. Are you healed? You know, are you okay? Like,
What are you
do you know
using to
you? Do you love
determine?
you? You know?
Bona, asivalelana lenkonzo. We are way over
I
time.
mean,
Thank you for your time. Thank you for sharing some of your work. Thank you for giving free advice. I mean, this is paid. This is paid
right?
work, right? And here you are giving off it freely. Thank you so much, Hadi.
Yeah,
Ladies
thank
and
you.
gentlemen, thank you for joining this conversation. Hey, conversation, why it regala and it shisa? Hasan high, Hasan kwale
Hari tlogele e le so, e le hot.
Eli Hotner, part 2 will be loading. Naki Kamo Magabane. This platform is redefining beauty movement. I'm here every Wednesday talking to inspirational women. I'll be here again. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Lindy. Thank you for plugging in. We are definitely going to have part 2, and you and I are going to talk offline about what I want to do in person. Thank you. Good night to everyone.